Hello, hello, hello. It's your girl, Gypsy Roseville, your sister from another mister, and your favorite Capricorn. So today, I want to talk about narcissistic abuse and the importance of a strong sense of self. So what is a sense of self, right? That is the foundational understanding of who you are. That grounded, embedded belief in yourself and what you're here for and your abilities. When you have a strong sense of self, you have a lot of confidence. Your energy, your vibration is always raised high because you're not killing yourself or drowning yourself in negative thoughts and emotions that diminish the sense of self. We all do it. Always telling ourselves we're too big, we're too small, we need to go back to school, we don't make enough money, we don't have this, we don't have that. These are the things in our head that we need to declutter. Get rid of your stinking thinking, okay? So when you have a strong sense of self, you are always grounded in the energy of what you're here for, your purpose. You're about your business. You are all about cultivating relationships. You always want to be of service so that you always are giving back when you're so blessed. These things come with a strong sense of self naturally. You don't even have to try. When you're dealing with somebody who is a narcissistic abuser, their main goal is to diminish your sense of self. They go out of their way to build you up real high during that love cycle, during that grooming and love bombing phase. They put you on a pedestal up to the clouds in the heavens above, right? And then next thing you know, it's like little by little, they just keep chipping away at you. They're complaining about this. They're whining about that. They're mad about this. They're not talking to you. They're ghosting you. They're just acting all funny for no reason. You always offending them. The house isn't clean enough. They just nitpick. And every time you turn around, you find yourself walking on eggshells trying to make sure that you don't with the monster, okay? You want to make sure that he's happy because everything you do is making him mad. So you keep changing you to try to appease him. And no matter what you do, you can't appease him. And how do you think they got away with all the gaslighting, the breadcrumbing, the deflections? How were they able to make you doubt your own eyes, your own mind, your own memory, the things you actually experienced? They were able to do that because you were diminished of your sense of self. Because you were not grounded foundationally in who you were doubting your own mind. And you would have evidence right in your hand and still feel like you were the one going crazy because they chipped pieces away from you until you really lost yourself. So that is their goal during the diminishing stage. They're going to, when they're degrading you, they're trying to chip away that sense of self. So now that you're taking that back, they can't do that anymore. And please believe, a narcissist is always going to return. I don't care if it's 5 years later. They believe once theirs, always theirs. So one day, you're going to get a phone call, a comment on social media, or just a knock at the damn door. Because they really believe that they have that right. But guess what? Now that we're standing in our strong sense of self, you can't play with me anymore. Because I know who I am. And you don't get to take that from me again. We have to take back what they stole from us, what is rightfully ours, and what somebody else will definitely appreciate rather than try to destroy. The way narcissistic abuse lasts so long is they become the puppet masters. They get in your mind, they control your emotions, and they even know how to make you react through reactive abuse, so they're also controlling your actions. You just sitting there like, dance, puppet dance. Real shit. During the healing phase from narcissistic abuse, you have to spend most of that time building you back up, rediscovering who you are, reintroducing yourself to you before you even emerge to the world. That's why I always tell people, if you are trying to heal, find a place where you can have complete solitude. Completely cut the world off so that you can just focus on you, your thoughts, your emotions, and your healing. Understand that in the healing phase, there are so many levels of trauma that you have to overcome that it is torture. And when I say torture, it's torture. Because you have betrayal trauma, because most narcissists like to leave you abandoned and confused and no answers, no communication, and they move on and throw it in your face. It's a lot. And then they turn people against you. It's so much. And then if you just so happen to discover their double life, talk about betrayal trauma. Because it's like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Who the hell did I marry? Who was I lying next to for 10 years? And I still don't know. You're going to have to go through the grieving phase. You have to actually heal from the death of that torturous relationship. You're also going to have trauma bonds. And because you have trauma bonds, it's no different than Stockholm Syndrome, okay? You literally miss your abuser. You want to be with him. Y'all have jokes and stories and things y'all only talked about. He has experienced things with you that nobody else understands. And he has been there in ways nobody else has because that was him grooming you and getting you attached to him as he begins to love bomb you, overwhelm you with emotions and romance, and build you up to the heavens before he starts chipping away at you, taking a little bit by little bit, because in reality, the narcissistic abuser typically hates the person they're abusing. They love them, but they hate their goodness. They hate that they really are this good because narcissists want to believe everybody is just like them. They want to believe that they have to do what they have to do because if they don't do it first, somebody else will. They have to get it out the mud because they're the only ones who has their back, right? And they believe everybody else is like that, so that's how they justify their behavior. But when they realize that you really love them, you keep giving them chance after chance, you're really not doing them dirty, you're really going out of your way to change and be what they need you to be, you'll do anything for them, you make them feel guilty. Now, what did I tell you about narcissists and that guilt? You're going to issue a narcissistic injury, and that's when they get really mean. And I mean really mean. So just understand that these things are hard to overcome. But the easiest way to overcome them, the fastest way to overcome them, is to crowd your mind intentionally with the rebuilding of yourself. Because you're going to keep flooding memories and feelings and hurt, and you're going to want to call, you're going to want to see them. The only way to get over that is to give yourself something else to focus on. And there is nothing else more important to focus on in that moment than you. As you begin to do your healing phases, reintroducing yourself to yourself, probably gonna get you a makeover, start hanging with different crowds because they love to separate us from everybody. Getting back to your friends, start feeling like yourself again now that you're focusing on something else, and you'll start feeling that confidence come back. You'll start feeling those emotions start to get a little easier to handle because now you are falling in love with you again. And because you're in love with you again, you're ready to choose you over them. The strong sense of self is so important. You have got to get back to you. They won as long as they did because you lost yourself. You did everything you could to become what they needed you to be to the point you lost yourself. And now it's time to get you back. Take back what they stole from you. Each one teach one, each one reach one.